The MVP discussion's already started in the league, which is kind of crazy considering we haven't even gotten to week 7 yet. But obviously, it's a very, very heavy position of quarterbacks when it comes to MVP. And if you look through the list of guys, it's a lot of the usual suspects there at the top. But, you get some guys like Baker Mayfield kind of working in, which is awesome. But when you look at like the stat leaders and like what Cynthia went through last week, talking about the top 5 quarterbacks, Dak Prescott's right there, second in passing touchdowns, all that kind of stuff. Like there's some really strong numbers there to support that he should be in that conversation. Losing record, though, that tends to work against guys. We saw Joe Burrow last year. So my kind of overarching question I've been thinking about is, should we be letting more guys that maybe are leading statistically, they're leading their team to these big moments, but not necessarily finishing off with the wins? Should those guys be into this conversation of MVP more frequently? And specifically with Dak, Zach, if we can talk a little bit about him, just the impact he brings to that team, even if it's not necessarily with the wins.
Yeah, we've all watched the film this year. I think Dak is playing as sharp as he's really played. You got a guy like CeeDee Lamb who goes out and he's still able to put those numbers. Now, obviously, they went out and got Pickens, and that helps. But for him to it is as smooth as an offensive operation around the league, I say. Now, yes, do they have to get wins? And Dak's the first guy that'll step up and say, "Hey, we're not winning the game. I'm not doing my job." But at the end of the day, I look at that MVP. It's like, if you take Dak Prescott away from that team, what are they? And I think every year with the MVP. So yeah, I think they got to start winning games, but I think he's definitely in that conversation. And they start rattling off some more here. He'll be right in the heart of it. But I always look at it as, what does the team look like when you take that guy away? I kind of talked about it earlier with the DBs, but the Dallas Cowboys, along with a lot of teams with these quarterbacks, they look completely different if those guys are on the field.
Hey guys, we need your help. We've noticed not all of you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, so subscribe today.
Subscribe, hit that button. Yeah, I'm gonna follow up, Ben, on that one. I think both can be right. I think Dak Prescott definitely is playing quarterback as good as anyone in the league. And I think that, he should be in the MVP conversation, but he will not win MVP if they don't win more games. And that's just how I've seen MVP voted on. Although personally, we feel like it should be, as a player, I think Zach and I feel like it should be for the most valuable player. Therefore, Joe Burrow should have got more votes last year. Because if you take him away from that team, they probably don't win a game last year. But he's not going to win it because Baker Mayfield is just coming back after comeback after comeback after comeback and winning games. And the Bucs are winning games with injuries all around them. So I think if the award were stopped today, Baker Mayfield gets it without a doubt, and maybe Dak finishes in second or third, but it's because his team is not winning these games. And we have these moments where Baker's leading to wins. So I think wins, it's almost like the best player on the best team gets MVP more than maybe the most valuable player to his team.
So here's the thing though, Logan, because you're right, with this idea that like these guys should be finishing in the top. Right now with FanDuel, Dak is tied for 11th in MVP odds. So he's not even close to where these guys are at the top. Cynthia, the numbers though, that's not lining up with what you were even talking about last week, right? Like if you were just to take the wins, all that other stuff away, he's certainly top 3.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's definitely a valuable. There's a lot of long-term value there, if you will. But my sense is that part of what matters is when the award is voted on as well. So you have to remember, the formula for winning, the reason we've had so many quarterbacks, the reason we've had so many quarterbacks, if you look at it specifically, quarterbacks on deep playoff teams. The part of the reason for that is the timing of when the award gets voted on. It's the end of the season, turn of Christmas time, basically. So that's the other problem. It's predicting going forward. Like if Lamar, let's say, for example, I don't know what Lamar Jackson's situation is, but he was playing at such a high level. If he comes back from injury and takes the Ravens on this epic run into the playoffs, then it will be Lamar Jackson. It's an interesting thing from a timing standpoint, because it really ends up being who's in the playoffs, who's making a deep playoff run, and so it's less about, I don't know, like you could be great start to finish, but your team not make it to the playoffs, and you really don't have a chance. We have not seen that happen. That's just not how it's been working. So I mean, part of it is the way that our brains are wired, but part of it is it is good value on Dak, but I don't know if they're going to make a playoff run to kind of get him to where the formula for that award ends up being.
Zach, you've obviously had to block for Dak, and you're familiar with a lot of these guys that are out there right now. Do you see there being a good chance that they do get this going here soon, and those numbers that we're seeing specifically on offense start translating into wins?
Let's be real. Everyone's watched the film. I don't think the defense can get, can get worse, right? I think they're going to make steps and get better. They're going to, I don't think they're going to be the best run defense of all time, but I think they can get better and you get CD back. And do I think they're going to win 12, 13 games? No, but do I think they can make a playoff run and win 9, 10 games? Absolutely.